Okay, so this is my cell that I drew. We're supposed to explain like the functions of each um, organelle system in here, and how it pertains to like life and whatnot. So I'm gonna start with the nucleus. The nucleus is kind of like a principal of the school. They control everything and tell you kind of what to do. Um, when you go further in, you find the nuclear envelope, and your nuclear envelope is like your main office to like a business, because they're like the big control center, and that's what it is to the cell. It's like the biggest control center area. If you go further in, you get your nucleolus, and your nucleolus is kind of like a cookbook, and it like in the real world, a cookbook would show you how to like make food, but in like a cell area, it tells you how to make ribosomes. um, so after that, we do have like our cell membrane over here. The cell membrane is kind of like a security guard. They tell you who can enter the building and who can leave, and that's essentially what the cell membrane does for the cell. They tell you what can go in and then what can leave. After that, we got our smooth ER, which is like a pipeline that has lots of bends and turns in it. The smooth ER is very smooth, but it has like the tubules that are bending and turning and whatnot. Um, so we also have a rough ER, and the rough ER is kind of like a school hallway. The school hallway like transports kids to the classrooms and around the school and whatnot, and that's what the rough ER does, with like proteins and other types of carbohydrates, and they transport it to the Golgi apparatus. And then we also, this is our Golgi up here. So our Golgi apparatus, it's kind of like a UPS truck. And they pack and they ship packages to where they need to go. And that's what the Golgi apparatus does. It ships like the proteins and whatnot to the different areas that they need to go and where they're needed and whatnot. We also have our mitochondria. Our mitochondria is kind of like a digestive system. Our digestive system, it like breaks down the food, and then once from there, it gets to the next step to make energy. Energy is needed for the body to function, as is the same for a cell. Energy is needed for the cell to function. And then we also have chromatin. So chromatin it's also like kind of a book, but like an instructions manual. It gives you instructions on how to deal with the mitosis and the meiosis and how everything should perform correctly.